Well, hello, everyone. Hey, welcome to day 14 of our 3M fast. Today, our devotional will focus on the fruit of faithfulness as recorded in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 through 23. Now, by now, I'm hoping that you've gotten this memorized. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Some aspects of the fruit of the Spirit in our devotional text may seem more glamorous than others. Love, joy, and peace can create thoughts of happiness and even prosperity. Patience and goodness, on the other hand, typically do not conjure pleasant memories, and yet they are essential in our spiritual journey. And then there is good old faithfulness. Faithfulness comes with mixed emotions. We're deeply grateful for the faithfulness of God. His love, provisions, and protections are living examples of His faithfulness in action. But on the other hand, and on the other end of the spectrum of God's faithfulness, is God's call for each of us to become faithful. And this, my brothers and sisters, is where the rubber really meets the road. In 1 Samuel chapter 12, verse 24, we're told, "But be sure to fear the Lord and serve Him faithfully with all of your heart. Consider what great things He has done for you." If there was ever anyone who embodied the epitome of faithfulness, it would be Mother Teresa. After spending a brief time at a convent in India, Sister Teresa left to fulfill her calling to the poor and the destitute of Calcutta. She took a 4-month nursing course and then immersed herself in the overwhelming needs of the poor people there in Calcutta. People were sick, starving, and homeless. The stench on the streets was horrible. People were being left to die without any care at all. In the cesspool of need, Sister Teresa began teaching school. The dirt streets became her chalkboard. She ministered to the homeless and provided medical care to the sick. Each act was a tangible expression of the love of Jesus. But that need was too much for one person to handle. And so finally help came when she was granted permission by the Pope on October the 7th, 1950, to start a new order of nuns that was called the Congregation of the Missionaries of Charity. Sister Teresa became the leader of the order, and it was there where she became Mother Teresa. They worked diligently. They would hit the floor running at 4:30 a.m. every morning to pray and then spend the day ministering in the slums. They eventually started a home for children, a leopard village, and shelters for disabled people. After years of faithful ministry, the Missionaries of Charity gained international recognition when a British journalist discovered their uncommon acts of love. The news of their work spread like wildfire, and soon Mother Teresa and the nuns were hailed as heroines in compassion. In 1979, Mother Teresa received the Nobel Peace Prize. When she heard the news, she replied, "I accept this award in the name of the poor." Then she asked for the celebration dinner to be canceled so the money could be spent on the poor. Mother Teresa served faithfully, even though her body became frail in her old age. Nothing was more important than her mission to serve the poor. Come here. On one occasion, Mother Teresa was asked about her accomplishments, and she responded by saying this: "God has called us not to be successful, but to be faithful." It's not easy to be faithful. It's not easy to faithfully live out a decision. Ask anyone who has ever started a diet or an exercise program. Just ask someone who's decided on a new career path or vocation in life. Ask somebody who's decided to do what is morally right, even when others don't or won't. Ask somebody who is committed to doing a good job, even if their efforts are not recognized or appreciated. Just ask someone who refuses to give up on a person or a situation and continue on in faith, in hope, and in love. Ask them how hard it is to be faithful. We're not called to greatness, but to goodness. Our calling is not to success, but to faithfulness. It is a faithfulness that we are called to in our families, in our employment, in our friendship, in our church, and in our service to others, in what we do for them, wherever we are. God wants us to be faithful. God's looking for faithful people. I know I'm right because 2 Chronicles chapter 16 verse 9 says, "The eyes of the Lord searches the whole earth in order to strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to Him." Reflect on some of the ways God has tested or is testing your faithfulness. What people do you look up to because you consider them faithful? What attributes do they have in common with you, if any at all? That's my time. Thank you for yours.